And artificial intelligence will remake the workplace.
Jobs lost as a result of artificial intelligence.
Generative AI is really the next big thing.
Are you afraid of AI enslaving us one day? You know what? I'm much more afraid of it f***ing up our economy. AI is all over the place already, and everything is developing so quickly. Will our economy be able to balance out if AI is taking over so many of our jobs? But let's start with the facts and what we know for sure. Professor Scott Galloway from NYU recently wrote in his newsletter, in 2023, tech companies fired 260,000 people, and for 2024, they're on pace for 270K. Even though revenues have been quite healthy for many of them, like Meta has increased their revenue by 16%, Alphabet added 9%. So what the hell? The big tech players said this was due to overhiring during the pandemic, but Professor Galloway sees another reason for the recent layoffs.
I believe AI is playing a larger role in layoffs than CEOs are willing to admit. There have been hints. IBM's chief said the company plans to pause hiring for positions that could be replaced by AI. And UPS acknowledged that AI factored into its recent layoffs. But as a general rule, expect a CEO to be reluctant to state on an earnings call that the fastest growing technology in history is already giving her the ability to lay off people without any impact on the top line.
And then there was this other headline. Klarna's AI assistant is doing the job of 700 workers. Apparently, the chatbot's efficiency has resulted in fewer errors, a 25% decrease in repeat inquiries, and reduced average conversation times from 11 to 2 minutes. That is not good news for customer care agents. So the question is not, will AI take our jobs? The question should be, how will our society and economy adjust to this huge transformation? Will there be enough jobs for us? Will society be able to adapt quickly enough? And what will the people do who had jobs that AI is taking over now? Actually, good point. Which jobs will be affected? Let's mention the most obvious ones. Web developers. AI tools like Relume can clone an existing website structure with just one click already. Graphic designers. Tools like Canva's Magic Design can create amazing banners for you. Also, many photographers will be replaced by AI. It's much easier to prompt tools like Midjourney or DALL-E instead of paying a photographer for a photo shoot. Secretaries. The industry is working on AI agents who will be able to take over tasks seamlessly and not require us to prompt steps in between anymore. Coding. Software developers are already using GitHub's Copilot to help with coding, but soon AI will take over many coding tasks. These are just the most obvious ones, and sure, these jobs will still exist, but way fewer people will be employed. And we can assume that AI will get better and learn very quickly. And look, I'm really not happy about this either. I'm just trying to paint a realistic picture of the future. For our interview series on AI tools, SME.com, Krish Ramineni, CEO of Fireflies AI, said, AI won't replace jobs, but those using AI will replace those who aren't using AI. I'm not quite as positive as he is. I believe it will replace actually a lot of jobs. And by the way, Fireflies AI is actually also today's sponsor. Fireflies is a virtual assistant helping teams and businesses transcribe, summarize, search, and analyze voice conversations, like for example meetings. For AI Tools SME, I have reviewed Fireflies for the virtual assistant comparison, and I love the playback speed control feature with which you can just listen to your conversations much faster, and it really kicked all the other tools in the butt and got 4.75 out of 5 stars, which made it a proud first place of all AI virtual assistants. So if you need a little tiny person with a typewriter in your computer so that you can remember what you've promised to your client, boss, or partner, go and click on the link in the description and try Fireflies on the Pro or Business plan for free for 7 days. Alright, let's get back. I've only mentioned the most obvious jobs AI will take over. Most likely there will be many more. Because as we saw in our example with Klarna, AI will mean significant cost savings for companies, so they'll have an interest in AI development. So what will this shift mean for our economy? Probably the most deciding factor will be how fast this transition will take place. If all companies would start using AI very quickly, let's say within the next 1 or 2 years, we would have a lot of people back on the job market very soon, and our economy wouldn't be able to balance things out efficiently. But will unlocking this human workforce result in us inventing completely new jobs, and maybe even around AI? Or will we transition workers into typically understaffed sectors, like for example health or aged care? Either way, a quick adoption of AI would really suck, because we wouldn't be able to just quickly enough find or create new jobs. And for this thought experiment, we don't even talk about governments and the taxes they would need to keep everything functioning. So let's assume most companies need more time. Let's say within 5 to 10 years, they gradually outsource more and more jobs to AI. Much better for the economic landscape, but here the question will be, do we overall have enough work for everybody? We'll need workers in jobs that AI will not be able to do or would be too expensive to implement. Again, the example from before, in the midterm healthcare or generally care jobs could get a boost. But if there are not enough jobs for a large percentage of people, we have a real problem where the cat will bite its own tail. Big companies are only so big because their customer base is also very big, and they offer something that most people need. If only a fraction of society can afford their product simply because they just don't have jobs and therefore no income, then even big players will have an interest in people being employed because employed people have money for their services or goods. Imagine a big percentage of society being unemployed and having way less money available to spend. Then corporations would shrink too, because their market just became smaller. And with that, the whole economy cycle would be disrupted and big companies would just crumble as well. So my idea to stabilize the economy would be a model where companies pay an AI tax, which in return will be paid out to people who are unemployed, so they can stay part of the economic system and money can keep flowing between big companies and their customers. It's almost like a basic income model that is paid by enterprises instead of governments. This way, everybody could stay afloat together. I would love to know what you think about the AI tax. Do you think this is realistic? Please comment below and make me happy.